Rolling.
Okay,
Even
we're
if nothing else, I started on a new piece today, so I'm gonna fuck around with that.
there. You go.
I'm mixing ideas and elements I've learned from Castlevania and Bloodborne.
Alright. Where am I at?
Where are you at?
So
21.
more or less, imagine it if H.P. Lovecraft and Edgar Allan Poe had a baby, mixed with a little bit of pop.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Phone Tap Podcast with Unk and the Burnouts.
Boom. There we go. We got the right one this time. Don't worry. Our sound designer is not stoned right now, and that is the problem.
He's also certifiable too, but that's another story.
Yes. He's got to drive here in a little bit, so he's not smoking. So we respect the laws of the road around here
And
at
just
Bud's
so
and
He's
Stuff.
got beer
everyone
with
knows,
stuff,
it's
apparently.
fucking snowing like
Yes, it
crazy
is.
outside, and it's probably like 8 inches maybe already.
But again, it is winter.
6
in
or
New
8,
York.
yeah, it's a good amount.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
But what's up with you, Unk? Haven't seen you in a while. You've been busy.
I did have to take Cannon back to the airport last week.
I bet that was bittersweet for you.
I miss him. As soon as I, on the way home, I caught myself a couple times trying to talk to him in the back seat. He wasn't
Then
there.
yeah.
But he is definitely my mini me.
Yeah. Fuck. So, what do we have on the schedule for
Well,
today?
We already kind of started talking about it. I did want to talk about the weather. I didn't realize, like Rob said earlier, I did not expect to wake up this morning and have snow. I didn't know it was supposed to snow.
Yeah,
so,
neither did I.
and it's probably going to stick around for a while because the weathers are supposed to be in the 20s all week, and actually I looked it up a little further, and most of the month of January it's going to be in the 20s. So
Yeah, that Arctic dip. That's another reason why the snow is so fluffy. Because it was so fucking cold when the snow formed that it was just, breaking apart the water molecules. Making it really fluffy. Fluffy. Making it freeze real good.
one of the customers or guests from the shop this morning suggested something really a good idea, like with the kind of snow that we got, that you just need a fucking blower,
Yeah,
Yeah.
leaf blower.
leaf blower, and blow that shit right
Yeah,
off.
when I got here this morning, I was helping Frank with the parking lot, and it's that one-handed kind of snow. Like I just had a shovel in
You
hand.
literally just walk back
Push
and
it.
forth holding the shovel. That's it. There's no weight to it at all.
So you guys got your exercise this morning.
No, I got my steps in.
Frank got mad at me because I pulled in and spun out a little
Damn
bit.
right I did.
Come on, man. It's been 15 years, buddy. 15
I
years.
just- Yeah, and I just spent like 3 hours this morning going in and out all day trying to get it cleaned up, and you spit snow all over the. I was like, fuck this shit. I ain't doing it no more.
Throws his shovel at me. Fucking dickhead.
Oh, we got these new wafer things at the shop. People really gotta come check them out.
Is that what those things are called?
They're called wafers.
Oh. I'm looking at
Right.
you and thinking
We
you
got
got some kind of wafer edible.
No. These wafers things. Oh my fucking
Yeah,
god.
these things
What?
are amazing.
There it is.
It's the name.
That's why you had that term.
There you go.
Gotcha. All right. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I never looked
Look for the
closely enough
name.
at this package.
He was trying to he was trying to figure out where to talk into the microphone.
Oh yeah.
I
Look
know
for the
there's
name.
a spot on there that has words where I
Yeah.
usually try to
Okay,
talk
cool.
into it, but it was on the other side, spun around, so I couldn't see
Ah,
it. But I got it.
okay. Got it.
All
Anybody
right.
got an ashtray?
In other news,
Perfect.
got it. Oh. I read an article about a hot air balloon crash in Arizona. Anybody hear about that?
No. I heard about the air balloon crash in New Mexico. It happened about 70-something years ago.
No. This one had 13 passengers. 4 people were killed, 1 critically injured.
Jesus.
8 of the passengers were skydivers, and that was
Really?
like their planned out thing. I guess everyone does that. They skydive off
Guy
of
off
the.
of an air balloon.
So the people who didn't jump died. Nah. Oh shit, we're going down. Everybody jump. I'm scared. Well, you're gonna die.
They didn't really specify on.
Uh-oh.
I mean, let's think about it. The rest of the people that they were skydivers, so the balloon starts going down. I mean, they're gonna jump. Let's be serious. They were gonna do that anyway. No, he's gotta drive. I'll
The
take that
numbers show that, but it didn't say that. I mean,
I mean, that is
4
what-
killed and 1 critical, so there's 5 of people that didn't jump, maybe?
That's what I'm thinking.
One of them died on site, and 3 of them died at the hospital.
Oh
so,
man, that sucks.
Yeah, that guy was probably smush.
Yeah.
He was probably hanging off the bottom of the basket. I'm gonna jump. Whack. I'm sorry. I'm going to hell for this. I'm not fucking. How do you make jokes out of death?
Very carefully.
I wasn't being careful. Just saying.
In other news, a woman found a huge black bear in her crawl space in her basement of her house.
Where?
Well, she she saw it on her Ring camera at like 4:30 in the morning, but didn't know that it stuck around. Like the camera didn't
No
catch
shit.
it.
Go inside.
And when she went outside, she saw the door to the crawl space had been torn off.
No shit.
So she looked down in there, and there was a huge bear just like chilling in the corner.
God damn.
Oh,
She tried to
man.
get him out.
I hope she left her house with her brown pants on.
She tried banging pots together to get it to come out.
He was fucking cold. He went for a warm spot.
She tried the leaf blower to get the thing to come out.
Did it piss him off?
Yeah.
It was in there for hours, she said.
Did she call animal control? Because that's what I would have done.
She did, and they got it out finally by throwing meatballs and marshmallows.
That
I mean, let's be
makes sense. If you want
serious.
to lure me out, that's probably how you do it.
Throw some meatballs and marshmallows. All right,
Ooh.
I got you.
Yeah, that's some funny shit.
Yeah,
Meatballs and marshmallows.
that's a song.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Write that down. That's one of my songs.
Write that down.
Meatballs, marshmallows, and black bears.
Not just meatballs and marshmallows.
I'm gonna add the black bear in there somewhere. And I'm gonna say it just like that. I'm black bear. Mm-hmm. Get it. I didn't grow up in the country.
Yeah, I've seen lots of bears, but never like up close.
Oh, I have. Quite a few times. I grew
Apparently,
up in the sticks.
I had one real up close and personal to me, and I had no idea.
Wasn't that one of the shop stories?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was the one day he was checked out of planet Earth.
Yeah. Fucking black bear walked up the fucking driveway, and I didn't even know.
Just hanging out, tripping on the parking lot, like literally laying on the parking lot.
Yeah.
Hi, bud.
Yeah.
Smokey, is that you?
I'm just glad.
Are you
Gypsy
here to
wasn't out
prevent
there.
forest
Thank
fires?
God I had to poop. That's all I'm saying.
I'm glad Gypsy wasn't out there.
Yeah,
'cause-
for real. Hell, I would have been a
Yeah.
meal for that thing. That thing was fucking huge.
Well, the picture of this one that this lady found was pretty huge too. It was like 3 of me.
God
Yeah.
damn.
Like the head on this thing was huge.
So it was like 1.5 of Dan.
Yeah. Yeah. Probably like
2 Justin?
6 Kirks.
6 Kirks. That's a lot of shit.
Oh, boy.
Oh, man.
That's fucking bonkers.
I wonder if we're going to get in trouble for that one. South Park be calling us. Hey, you fucking...
Fucking leaf blower. Yes, I'm still hung up on the leaf blower.
The hell would you try? I mean, I would have shot it before I
I'm
would
mean,
have.
I
just
get
trying
it,
to
like-
imagine a woman out front of her house with a leaf blower underneath the thing.
Get out of there!
And it's a fucking bear.
You know, I could see her chasing out a raccoon or
Yeah, or
something.
something like that. But there's a bear.
I mean, it was the only entrance to this place too, so it was just a crawl
okay.
space. So it's not like she could have went in another way and like
Poked it from behind.
Well, even at that point, common sense
blew
would
it
have said,
from
"Don't
behind."
do anything. Call a professional."
That's what I would have done. I would have just straight up,
Exactly.
nope, black bear, animal control.
I mean, I got a story that kind of relates to that. It's not a black bear, but I don't know if we ever talked about this on the podcast before. But when I first moved to Florida, it was probably one of my first weeks there. My roommate worked mornings and I worked at nights at Olive Garden. I was backup, so I worked 4 to close. So I was sleeping, and he gets up, and he comes in my room all frantic and shit, and he's like, "Yo, we got this big-ass possum inside the house, and I can't get the motherfucker out, and I have to go to work." I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me, dude? Like, what do you want me to do? Like, you ain't even gonna stay and help me try to fucking get this thing out of the house? Because you can't just, like, pick them up."
No, you can't.
Well, he leaves, and I call animal control, and as I'm waiting for animal control to get there, this possum is going all around the corners of my house. Like, it won't go in the middle. So I have all my furniture pushed to the middle of the room, and this possum just keeps going around the room. And I had all the doors open trying to get it to go out, but it wouldn't go out. It would just keep going back around
What
the corners
shit,
of the
man?
room. So I called my stepdad, who is an avid hunter, tells me to pick it up by its tail and throw it outside. And I'm thinking, that can't be right. Like, they fucking hang by their tail. How? So he's losing his mind at that point. Like, he's older, so I don't know if he was just. I don't know what happened there, but I told finally animal control gets there, and I told him, like, yeah, my stepdad told me to just pick him up and by the tail, and he was like, no, good thing you didn't do that, because they have razor sharp teeth and they'll just use their tail, and like people have actually done that and like slit their wrists basically from doing that dumb shit. And animal control, it takes the animal control 2 hours to get this possum out of my house.
How big was the thing? Like about the same size we get up here, or bigger?
It was huge, dude. Like
talking larger than a small dog.
Yeah, bigger than Gypsy for sure.
Well, yeah,
bigger
most
than
possums usually are.
bigger than I want to say
Bigger than Yoshi.
pretty close to that. And the
That's-
tail, the tail was like that big around.
That's
bro.
a big fucking
I'm
possum.
glad I didn't pick that.
That's a whole
motherfucker
bunch
up.
of no.
Yeah, and all it kept doing was hissing at me, dude. And I'm like, nope, I ain't fucking with this thing. so.
Nope, I don't blame you. Fuck that.
I would have rather had an armadillo in my house because, like, they're not quite as.
Hey, actually, you remind me. I had a run-in with a possum one time too. This was years ago. I was still working on the garbage route. This happened out in Keaton. Bear in mind, one of our customers thought it'd be funny to prank his family member, right? Not knowing that he wasn't the one who was going to be getting to his garbage can first. I picked the lid up off this thing. There is a possum big enough to fit, like, fill the entire top of the can. He rolls over, looks at me groggy, hisses at me. I closed that thing so fucking quick, it wasn't even funny. I kicked it over. The dude rolls out, hisses at me, and scurries away. That possum was bigger than Yoshi. By no small margin.
What was the number?
It's Brian. Roller Brian.
Oh, is it 426-1850?
Hold on.
Because I think that's who just called me.
Yep.
Score.
Yeah,
Yep.
I don't think he's going to make it in. Probably. Call him back. I already knew he wasn't going to with all this fucking snow. Sorry, Rob. We got an edit point. I'm sorry. I should have just answered my phone.
Call him right on the. What?
Oh, okay. Let him know he's on the podcast.
Yeah, no. Also, if you got the extra time too, maybe.
Hey, what's up, dude?
Hey, you're live on the podcast. What's up, brother?
Just being a little baby and reminding you that I wasn't coming into work today because I had an interview.
Yep. I remember, bud. I got you.
All right, I just didn't want anybody to forget, and I'm sorry to interrupt the podcast. I got nothing good to say.
Yeah, I remember. I reminded Mike. I reminded Unk this morning.
All right, so I'll be in the morning to help out.
Yep,
All right, brother.
I got you.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah,
Yep.
have a good one. Good luck.
Yeah, bye.
All right, buddy.
Things finished.
Yeah, he's got an interview for a really good job. I think he said it's actually Watkins Salt.
Which is the one that's as you go up the right or left side of
Something like $30 an hour plus benefits. You know what I'm saying? You can't say no to that. Are you fucking kidding me?
No, I mean.
He
well,
told me his wife was gonna kill him if he didn't go to the interview. I said I'd probably kill you too.
Speaking of that and possums, brings me to a topic that I have here. Your favorite guns?
Oh Jesus! My favorite guns?
Yeah.
Can I?
Have you ever shot a gun?
Yes,
Okay.
several. But I've
I
never
think
shot a
I
handgun.
shit you not. The
How
only
many
thing
bodies
I have
do you
not
have?
fired is a flintlock. Flintlock or a musket. Those are the
So-
only two things I have not fired.
I've got about 15.
Oh, speaking of that, last time I went up to visit my family.
You have
in
15
Alaska,
guns?
No, 15 bodies.
Oh.
Eh,
They're just not human.
last time I went to visit
Birds,
my
squirrels,
folks
maybe
up
some
north,
rabbits.
We went to the shooting range up there, and I guess my uncle was an avid collector. Like he had an AR, a mock AK-47, a replica M1. But anyway, one of the ones that was the more interesting one was his snub-nosed revolver he brought with us. You want to know what that was used for?
Squirrel
it used
hunting.
to be your standard
No.
police gun. It used to be.
Not this one. This one they took with them when they went grizzly hunting.
38 special, dude. That's what.
No. When I went to fire it on the range, my uncle offered it to an army guy. Like he was decked out still in his equipment at the range. Dude was about your size and refused to fire it because it was that strong.
It fired Magnum rounds. I know what you're talking about.
Yes,
It's
it
38
did.
special. It fires a 454 round.
No, actually,
38
no,
snub-nose,
it was a
right?
bit bigger than that. They explained it to me. This
Yeah.
is they take that with them during bow season in case a grizzly pops up.
Right.
Because that's even compared to some of their rifles, that's the only thing that's gonna stop a grizzly,
yeah.
and it doesn't even stop them.
Well, it's also a close range gun.
Yeah.
Most
It'll
handguns
blow a
are.
hole about that big.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
'Cause I managed to hit a propane tank with that thing from about where I'm sitting now to where my Jeep is outside.
It didn't explode, did it?
Yes, it didn't.
Really?
It's Alaska -40. Pressure alone.
No.
Yeah, no.
It didn't explode in a fireball,
No,
did
not
it?
a fireball. It
No.
was all pressure.
Yeah, you see, that's a common misconception. You can make those tanks blow up from the pressure by shooting them,
Not from the spark.
but yeah, no.
The spark's not hot
Mythbusters
enough.
proved it, and believe it or not, there's actually a movie that actually follows that premise.
I can't remember which movie it is.
It's a remake of a very old movie. Well, not very old, but it's a dawn of a genre movie that they remade. And actually, the guy who made the original remade the movie. George A. Romero's Dawn of the Dead.
Oh shit.
What was
So, in the remake that George A. Romero did in Dawn of the Dead, when they were stuck in the mall, they were trying to figure out how to get out of the mall. And the one guy's idea was when, after they had their vehicles made, they needed bombs to clear out the massive hordes of zombies. So they could just throw a bomb, clear them out, keep driving. When they got stuck, throw another bomb, clear them out. And that's what they did to get through them, right? What this guy did is he took all the propane tanks that were in the mall and strapped road flares to them. They lit the road flare, threw it into the group of zombies, and then they shot the tank.
Yeah. Yep.
That'll make it explode.
Yep.
Because the gas is coming out slowly, ignites on the road flare, and then goes back to where it's pressurized. All of it goes at once, and boom! They actually used science correctly in a movie. Congratulations.
So
It's the temperature of the
if
spark.
you were to just throw the propane tanks down into the zombies and shoot it.
Typically, all that happens, unless you're somewhere like Rob was, where it's extremely cold and the metal's already weak, all that's going to happen is if you shoot it,
And
a
the
hole's going to
pressure's
come.
already
Right.
exponentially
But
compounded.
if you shoot it, a hole will come out of it, and the propane will
It'll
just
just leak.
yeah, it'll just shoot out like a
That's
jet.
because the actual spark you see, the flash point, basically the temperature of it, is not actually hot enough to ignite gas.
Actually, wrong. Mythbusters proved this. It's not that the spark isn't hot enough. It is. The problem is when a bullet hits it and you see that spark, it's not through the metal. It hits that spark, it hits the metal and sparks, and then pushes its way through. So by the time the gas is rushing out, the spark's already gone. So there is no flame to light it.
So it's really just because of the speed the bullets move.
Yes,
Because even then, it's not the
Yeah.
liquid that catches when the flash goes off.
the
It's
gas.
the gas.
Yeah.
And the sparks dissipate by
So,
the time the gas
is it-
hits it.
Is it true that if you like left a path of gasoline and shot it with the gun, would
No.
that light it? That
No.
won't work either?
No, unless
Unless it was on like steel or something.
yeah, and you hit it at the right angle to make like a spark.
I think it depends on how close you are to it in proximity.
No, well, if you wanted to light a trail of gas with a gun, you know what you would do? You would put the gun down next to the trail of gas, and you wouldn't exactly shoot the trail of gas. You would put the chamber where it exhales all the fumes right next to the gas, and then you'd shoot it, because all the fumes and the tiny little explosion would come out and hit the gas.
Well, I guess if you add the variable into how
Science.
much. Well, no, I guess if you also add the variable in how much gas is at that point.
Yeah.
If there's enough fumes surrounding that, doesn't matter how close you get, the spark is still going to catch.
It's
Because
true.
if there's enough gas to offset that
But
pressure.
if you're outside, you won't have enough fumes.
That's why I said if there's enough gas. Because then that's an even
Okay,
small.
when
let's
did
go
we
down a
devolve
different
into
rabbit hole.
science?
If it's humid outside though,
Sorry, our nerds are showing.
you know what I mean? If it's
I
very
covered
humid
mine. I
outside-
got 2 pairs of pants
I
on.
said
My nerds.
nerds, not nards.
My nerds are covered.
I don't exactly call mine nerds, but you know.
All right. I wrote
I got a
down
nerd's
some.
rope.
I wrote down some famous guns.
Some famous guns.
Yes.
Oh, my.
Oh yeah, your favorite turned into an explosion comment.
I don't know. So
Anything.
the one that honestly, the one that I like to just play around and shoot with the most would just be a 20 gauge, because they're just so easy. You know what I'm saying? It has hardly any recoil. I can be accurate with it. I can shoot it quick as fuck, even being semi-automatic or pump action or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Depending on the shotgun you have. You know what I mean?
I'm strange. I like bolt actions.
So I do like
well, for one simple reason.
Well, the
there's
shotgun's not bolt action.
I'm sorry. There's nothing like the smell of a casing coming out of a bolt action.
Yeah, but a shotgun
Agreed.
does the
It
same
I
doesn't.
love
thing.
the
It
smell of
doesn't
gun
smell.
smoke. I love
I'm
it.
sorry. It's literally that. It doesn't smell the same out of anything else.
So
That's why I like it.
my favorite gun I ever shot was actually one of my grandfathers.
I just like the.
He was a
action
gun
bolt.
collector, and it wasn't the best gun, but it was extremely cool. He had an original revolver back before they made bullets to go in a revolver. It was like a muzzle load revolver, and it
Oh, yeah,
had
I've heard of
a
those.
6 or 8 shot, and it had a packing stick on it. What you did was you put your black powder and your ball down into your little shots, and it had this thing you pulled forward and then pulled down, and it packed it into the revolver. And every time you cocked the hammer back, it would turn the chamber, and then you would actually have to put one of those blasting caps on there. You remember the blasting caps?
Yeah.
And then you could fire it. And that was that.
It was a
thing.
flintlock revolver, essentially.
Yes and no, because flintlocks are a little different.
It is, but it's still
It was
blasting
a
caps.
muzzle loader revolver.
Yeah, it's still within
Muzzle loaders-
flintlock, muzzle
Well,
loader.
no, flintlock is different because flintlock uses a different kind of explosion. The muzzle loaders use blasting caps.
Yeah, but they're still originated from the same
Yeah.
source, and they're the
Yeah.
same style.
Yeah.
The only difference is ignition source.
Yeah.
So it's still one and the same. They're usually used interchangeably. The only people that get that pissy about it are usually gun nuts.
Oh, did I mention that my grandfather had a room this big, wall to wall with guns?
That's my whole family, bud. That's why I don't really care about splitting hairs about it.
But yeah, it was a really cool fucking thing. Wasn't very
That
accurate.
would be cool, though.
Yeah, it
'Cause
wasn't
I've
very
only
accurate.
I've seen little documentaries on those. Those things are extremely rare.
You got it pulled up over there? Yeah, he had one. It was made in like 1940 something. Or 1840 something. You know what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
You meant what I understood, Brian.
Actually, I brought up a picture of
Ooh.
this right here was the original.
It's the original hand cannon from like the 1300s, right?
Have you ever heard of a hand cannon or seen a
Oh, yeah.
hand cannon
Yes,
before?
I've seen these. They're really fucking cool. So the cannon was actually invented in I think 1100, and ever since they invented the cannon, they tried to get the cannon small enough for infantry to use. And that's where the gun came from.
Yeah.
But yeah, the very first iteration was the hand cannon. Those things were fucking
Do you
brutal.
know what country?
I want to say it was China.
China and Japan kind of.
No. So China invented artillery with the advent of fireworks in 900 AD, I want to say.
Yep.
And then one of the
Practical
two of them.
applications of gunpowder.
Yep.
It was the 14th century. I don't know.
14th century? I thought it was
Yeah.
900 AD.
I just.
So that was 1300 AD.
Yeah.
I thought it was before that. Are you sure?
It-
Look up fireworks. Look up when fireworks were
Yeah,
invented
'cause
because that's where
fireworks
the cannon
predate-
came from.
Yeah, because that's actually where it comes from. Before
And-
they started implementing cannons and whatnot, they actually used fireworks on the battlefield.
Yeah, they were shock and awe.
Yeah,
so they
they
would
were
fire
rockets.
off a whole bunch of fireworks at their enemies. You know, they would create mass disorder, and then they'd come running in behind them.
Yep. Because at that time, everyone's still superstitious enough to the point they thought it was magic.
Yep.
They ain't seen nothing like it. Yeah, that definitely predates that by a long shot.
Yeah, look up like history of fireworks or something, or for the Wikipedia or some shit. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure fireworks were invented in 900. They were first used as artillery in like 1000, I want to say.
200 BC.
200 BC?
Yeah.
When were they first used as artillery? Does it say it right there?
Probably shortly thereafter.
Actually, I think it says 800 AD. Is that what that says? Took somebody 1,000 years to use it as a weapon? I don't think it took that long. Because that's where cannons and gunpowder came from. It's fireworks.
Let's face it, humans haven't changed that much.
Nope. Took us fucking 1,000 years to figure out that we could make an explosion and contain it and then propel something out the end, though.
Yeah,
Took us 1,000 years to figure that out.
but yeah, it took us 1,000 years to figure that out. But you also do realize the Industrial Revolution and whatnot was just a little over 100 years ago.
The Industrial Revolution began in the turn of the 1800s, Rob. It's 200 years ago.
Considering the advent of modern technology from the 1920s, not much had changed from the point of the Industrial Revolution. A lot of what changed was after World War One. We have advanced that far in just 100 years.
It's because of war.
Yeah,
I mean, they were.
But even then-
originated,
I think actually, I think it's a combination of war and science fiction.
they were originated during the Song Dynasty.
No. What were they used for? They were
Ceremonies,
celebrations,
probably.
right?
To accompany many festivities.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
celebrations. And then somebody got the idea to fucking weaponize them. Look at that shit. I want to know when they weaponized it. Because I know I remember hearing about old school artillery basically just fireworks shot at people.
Yeah.
And I mean, think about it. You shoot a big enough firework at a crowd of people, you're probably going to kill a few of them.
Which, in reality, the rocket predates the cannon then.
Yeah. Yes, it does. Damn, I'm really curious and we can't find the information. The fuck? I'm just gonna look up when were fireworks weaponized. I'm literally gonna look that up. When were fireworks weaponized? Let's find out. We want to know what came first. Did somebody use a firework first or did somebody use a cannon first? I really want to say it was a firework. When were fireworks invented? 2nd century BC. Okay.
Oh man, this thing's telling me about every kind of firework there is.
When were fireworks weaponized?
During the Mao Zedong.
Oh. So, look, many historians believe that fireworks were developed in the 2nd century in ancient Luoyang, China, right? And it says, it is believed that the first natural firecrackers were bamboo stalks that when thrown into the fire would explode and bang because of the overheating of the hollow air pockets in the bamboo.
So those little snappers we all start out with as a kid.
Well, I mean, I saw that, but that really doesn't tell about...
So it says sometime during the period 600 to 900 AD, legend has it that a Chinese alchemist mixed potassium nitrate, sulfur, and charcoal to produce black flaky powder, the first gunpowder. Poured into hollow tubes, used bamboo sticks, later stuffed with paper, forming the first man-made fireworks. Fireworks made their way to Europe in the 13th century, blah, blah, blah. Fireworks, blah. No, doesn't tell me when they weaponized it.
We'll have to make that something for the next episode.
Nearly every type of ancient Chinese fireworks were weapons. This is what this says.
The consensus is that it originated in China in the 10th century.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's what I thought.
History of explosives.
I can tell you that when I first moved to Florida, there was this Jersey brothers that lived across the street from us.
Yeah.
And we used to have Roman candle fights from across the street. One time.
Yep, they discovered the technology in the 9th century. Gunpowder had reached the Middle East by the 13th century because of the Mongols.
Peace in the Middle East.
But yeah, right around the 10th century.
Yep, they aimed rockets at enemies. Firecrackers they enlarged to use as bombs. Large spark-spewing tubes became fire lances. Yep.
Within about 100 years.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep,
probably
didn't
less
take them
than,
that long.
Probably less than because it's hard to carbon date stuff like that.
Yeah, it didn't take them that long.
No.
So within 100 years, they weaponized every kind of firework they had.
Moral of the story, kids, humans haven't changed much.
No. We weaponized
We
fireworks.
discovered something new. I bet you I can kill someone with it. It's usually
Americans weaponize everything, though.
But they were Chinese.
they beat us to it. I mean, that's the thing. Farnsworth said it the best in Futurama. Science is neither good nor evil. It's all how it's used.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of just like saying guns don't kill people. People kill people.
Well, that's
People.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is. I'm just saying it's like the same thing.
Because, I mean, let's be serious. How many times do you hear about the shooter that got shot and killed? A gun took him out.
Yeah.
His gun took a lot of other people out.
Most of the time, his own gun took him out.
Yeah, because people
The ones that don't are pussies.
are.
Well,
If you're a mass shooter out there and you don't end your own life, you're a pussy.
this kind of comes back to
I'm kidding.
a point that I pointed out the other day when we were watching those science videos. That goes to show the hubris of man. We're more willing to blame a thing than take accountability that, oh, hey, we've fallen off as a moral species.
Yeah.
Not even just a society, as a species.
Yeah.
Society's been fucked since we were born.
Before
we were
that.
born,
Oh,
I mean.
Jesus. Excuse me. Oof, my stomach kind of hurts. I think I need food.
I mean, sometimes I wonder where did it all go wrong? Where did everything go wrong?
When
When
we
we went
started
sentient?
talking about fireworks, that's when it went wrong.
No, I'm not
Oh,
talking about.
You're not talking about this episode. Fuck. Fuck.
When we gain sentience,
It's about right. For both accounts.
I mean, it's
Hey Rob, any freezing, glitching, crashing? Yeah.
got everything fixed?
There's no latency in my mic anymore either.
I've got 13.5 terabytes still to fill up.
Exactly.
I don't know what that means.
Well,
but
when I did-
13 is
no.
my lucky number.
Well, that's why I tried to explain the files when you asked that. I transferred almost 3,000 files from that desktop to that backup drive
Did
from
you
just
try
a
that,
couple
bud?
months.
No, I'm literally been smoking on what was in my bowl to try and get it out of there.
This is that bud right here.
Oh, okay, we'll try it.
I don't think it's gonna be that good, though, to be honest.
I can't
Was it
wait
sticky?
here.
Not at all.
Really? A little bit.
Yeah, but most of that's because it's dry.
Well, it looked crystally. It really did look crystally. So hopefully it's good.
Nice. It looks really nice.
He could have done a better job trimming it.
You know what I want to do? At some point today, probably before I leave,
put
maybe
it
I'll
through a
do it in
power
between these episodes. I want to find the small press. I know
Yeah.
it's somewhere around here.
That green one?
No,
No,
is it
the
green?
small one,
It
the
looks
silver.
Like, I think it's
Oh,
the silver.
Small
Okay,
one.
And
haven't
I
seen
want
that
to try to press some of that.
That green one we lost pieces to. We can't even use it.
Oh,
What's those two that Dan brought back?
Oh, the Sweet Retreat and the
Not
Agent
that one.
Zero.
The Agent Zero. That one looks like that will press really nice. So I want.
You know what we still have in the freezer? My outdoor Gorilla butter. Or
That's
wait,
that bag that's been floating around there that we've seen.
no, I think I moved that to the safe, and I don't have
Oh.
a key for it.
Were you gonna use it for hash?
No, we were gonna press it. Dan wanted to press that shit, and we haven't pressed it yet. That shit looked crystally as fuck,
I need
too.
to get that done because I like
Yeah.
that shit too.
That Gorilla butter was awesome.
But
Yeah,
I
it
want
was.
to press
Yeah,
some
that
of
a
that.
minute ago.
This is good.
Want that, bro?
Anyways, let's go back to guns. My favorite gun is a Luger, which is a German gun that
Yes, it
shoots
is.
a 1 shot or 3 shots, multiple at once. It has a switch on it that you can switch to single shot or
I didn't know I had a burst feature. That's cool.
it does. That thing is awesome. It looks a little different than most guns, but I also looked up a little bit of history on the Gatling gun.
Gatling's interesting.
It's made in like the 1800s.
1861
Yep.
In the USA?
by Richard Gatlin. Yep.
And it was a
Yep.
crank gun.
Yes, it was.
Yes.
You operated it by turning a crank.
Yep,
The
and it
original
was-
was a 6-barrel, but
Yep.
by the end they ended up having up to 10. Some had 8. Some had 10.
Actually, fun little fact around that as well. It's bigger brother. I can't remember what the exact name of it is, but the one that lives in the A10 Warthog.
I think it's called a howitzer.
No, this is a different one. It's kind of on par with the side guns that they have on the AC-130s, like the
At
big
the 50
chain guns.
cal?
It's the Tank Hunter cannon. Like, it has the speed of a Gatling gun, but it shoots rounds that melt tanks. The plane itself was designed just to house that gun. That's the only reason that plane exists.
Wow.
And they call it it's referred to as a Tank Hunter because that front mounted Gatling gun itself eats tanks like Swiss cheese.
Yeah.
It's one of the most terrifying planes out there.
Yep. And then I also looked up the Colt Peacemaker. Remember that gun?
I do not.
It's a
Yeah, I do.
famous phrase that they use for that gun.
I
Yeah,
can't remember what the phrase is.
I do.
What is it?
God did not create all people equally. Samuel Colt did that.
No,
No?
it's not what I'm talking about. No. It's the gun that won the West.
Oh, yes, it is. The Peacemaker. I forgot that was the one attached to it.
A lot of lawmen had that gun.
It was very, very reliable.
Yeah.
That was what, the 1911?
No, it was earlier than that.
1873.
Okay. Okay, I'm thinking of a different model then.
Does anybody know what the first real machine gun was called?
Nope.
19th century?
First machine gun?
The Maxim gun. It kind of looked. It was used in World War II.
It was used in World War One, wasn't
Or
it?
World War One. I'm sorry. Yes, World War One.
If it was the first machine gun, by World War II they had many machine guns.
Shit, before World War One even ended, we had exponentially more.
Yeah. You know why, right?
So we needed to. It was all trench warfare, is more or less. We need to kill them faster.
No. If one country does not have a machine gun, all you got to do is send wave after wave after wave after wave of soldier, and
Yeah,
eventually
and
they're
it-
gonna kill somebody with that machine gun, and they're gonna pick it up and bring it back to their side, and they're gonna be like, "Make me this."
Well, even then, the whole point of why they made it is you kill them faster.
Yeah,
like
I
you
know.
explained, you send them over the wall in mass. How do you get them all gone? Kill them faster.
Yeah, I know, but that's
usually
what
the
they did.
mindset is like,
The
how do we kill
Russians-
these people faster?
That's what the Russians did. They was like,
No,
they
no
was
matter-
like, they have machine guns. We don't know how to do that. All right. Well, they can't kill all of us.
No,
you,
even in both-
you, go.
In both wars, a good chunk of the time, the Russian numbers, it was not uncommon for only one soldier in 10 to actually have a weapon.
Did you see that?
They
Did-
would send.
Did anybody catch that?
What?
That was pretty cool.
No.
I blew an accidental smoke ring and then I sucked it in while I was hitting
No, I
that
didn't
shit.
even
That was
notice
pretty
it.
cool.
But no, like, the Russian army usually always had the problem of having more people than armaments. So they'd send out, like, groups of people, and like I said, 1 out of 10 men would actually have a weapon. They would be sent out without a weapon. They'd have to wait for someone to die or find one on the way to finally get one.
Isn't there a story, like a movie they made about Australia or something that was the same way in one of their wars? I don't know if it was a civil war or something like that, but I feel like that's the same thing that happened. I'm gonna look that up also before the next episode.
Yeah, what that it sounds about right, because Australia was originally a penal legion.
Yeah, so they probably, they was like, oh, we're going to fight you. So now we got to go kill one of those guys to get a gun.
Yeah, because we're criminals and can't have any. on the
Right.
island.
Yeah, right. They got lots of knives.
Actually,
That's
no,
true.
that's probably their independence story, if anything.
Probably.
Yeah. They were a criminal colony at one point, so I mean, they're not going to be armed.
No,
If
they
they're
ain't
gonna
gonna give
take-
them guns. They're
Yeah,
criminals.
If they're going to take their independence, they're going to have to do it without them.
Well, what's what am I thinking of? Isn't there like some islands right there by Australia? and
New
they-
Zealand and the
New
Philippines.
Zealand. That's what I'm
Guinea.
thinking of. Yeah, New
Oh,
Zealand.
yeah.
Aren't they like completely different people than like Australia, but they have the same Australian accent?
Oh, New Zealanders?
Yeah,
They're slightly different.
I know they live.
Well, the difference is New Zealanders, they're born and raised there. Do you know the actual natural tribe in Australia? The Aborigines.
Aborigines, yeah. I did
Everyone,
know that.
everyone else, all the white people,
Crocodile Dundee.
Yeah.
they are German, British, French, and Western European criminals that were dropped there because the countries didn't want to deal with them.
You're a piece of shit.
So our
That's what they are.
Australians aren't
They're like,
really
you
even
suck. Here,
Australians.
hey, you see this desert
You're
island?
not a European. You're
But
a piece
even
of
to
shit.
this point, even to this day, the Aborigines people have nothing to do with them, and the Australian government actually keeps them protected. Like the Aborigines will go into straight up violence if someone crosses into their territory,
Are you smoking?
and they
one
are
of those
actually
too?
one of the purest
I want to try it.
races on the planet.
It's not that great.
No,
I mean, I don't know.
let's find
I
out.
guess I'm high from it, but
I'll find out when I get back.
honestly, nothing turns me off more in flour than
Leaf.
when it leaves a nasty aftertaste in your mouth. Like it just makes me
Leaf.
Mm.
Tastes like leaf. Like I said, he
That
didn't
shit,
trim
man.
it good enough.
I don't like that.
I don't think it's cured. Kind of looks like an outdoor grow.
Some people don't know the difference, man.
I wonder if, because it is kind of dry, I wonder if he over dried it and then never brought it back. Because a little known fact, if you over dry your weed, you pause the curing process. You have to bring it back to a certain
I actually kind of wondered that.
percentage of moisture, or else it won't cure. It'll stay the same. You know what I'm saying?
You know, it's fuck. I've had that question for you for years, and I shit you not. It's one of those things. I think of it when I'm at home, and I'm thinking about it. Every time I see you, I forget.
Yep.
Every single
That's
time.
why I preach those Bovita packs. Because yes, I dry
There's
my
humidity.
weed out way too much because I'm scared of mold. But then I put those things back in there and I let it get moisturized again. Ooh, my stomach just growled.
All right, on to my next gun. Colt M9, the Colt M1 911. You may not recognize it by name.
It's a Punisher gun.
It was made by John Browning. It was U.S. military issued.
Yep, and if you ever watch the Punisher movies or you read the Punisher comics, that is the
Little caveat, you know that 1911 I mentioned earlier?
yeah.
The M1 911 is the modern version of the original 1911.
Yep.
Which is literally the exact same pistol, just modernized.
Yep.
Right.
If you read the comic or you watch any of the movies,
And even then,
the gun that Frank Castle carries is a 1911 M1.
Nope. It's just a
Pistol.
1911. Trust me, I've read Punisher comics cover to cover. His original foyer, even in the movie, those were his father's recalibrated original 1911s. Not the M's, the original 1911s. After that incident, he had it modernized because he lost it. But the originals were 1911s.
Yeah.
I'm a Punisher.
All right, last gun. This one, actually, I'm going to ask you guys a question.
I thought you've been asking us questions the whole time.
No, not really. I'm just talking about
I think
the
they're
guns that I
rhetorical
looked up.
questions. We're just running with them.
What country in 1951 and to this day still use the Uzi.
For what?
What country was it created in?
Oh, and it's used as
And
like
it's still used to this day for
1951.
since 1951, right?
It's used by like police force, right?
What country?
Yes and no. The Uzi's a street version of a Mac 911, which is basically a modded version to make it fire faster. I can't remember where it's from. I want to say it's German. German or French?
No.
I have no idea. That's my best guess. I do know
Is it a Caribbean island nation?
No.
No.
Spain.
No. I'll give you a hint, and this is probably going to give it away. They're actually at war right now.
Russia.
No. The other war.
Jerusalem. Fucking Israel.
Israel. Yep.
Really?
Yep.
That actually makes sense because Israel's been receiving armaments from us forever, and they just modify them.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's a it's a 911.
Yeah,
M1, right?
our street term, the Uzi, is the modded one. But then again, the military grade one does not need to be modded.
But they still use it to this day.
Yeah, because you got to remember they also did police variants of it that ended up making it to the States that were scaled back for public law enforcement. And then when criminals got their hands on it, they modded them back to have that rapid fire. And then the Uzi was born.
Okay.
I don't know why I know things sometimes.
I just look up shit. I didn't know that. I mean, it all makes sense though. Like now, when and if you watch the news and you see the shit going on over there, look at the soldiers' hands and see if they're holding an Uzi.
Hey, it must be pretty reliable if they're still using it.
Right.
Well, the base gun is a fucking gun still in service today.
It still can't.
Yeah, but sometimes they still get swapped out, just especially in the climate it originates from, sand and everything else.
Yeah, it's not because it's
powerful or accurate or
right.
anything
It's
like
because
that.
it can
reliable.
hold. And it can also hold a lot of ammunition at
Yeah.
once, like the.
You can hold a big clip in it. It's small. You can beat the fuck out of it, and it can withstand the elements and still fire.
It does kick like a motherfucker. Though.
That's actually why the AK is so popular. It's got a big clip because if you hold it on burst or just hold it down, after that first bullet leaves, everything else is going wherever the hell it goes. But it has a big clip, it has a bigger caliber size than the 5.56, which is M4, M16. You can send it through sand, mud, dirt, ice, anything. It will still fire, not jam, and be as accurate as it was right off the factory.
I don't understand that. I don't think anybody understands that.
Kalashnikov did a damn good job with that. That's why it's still
Mother Russia.
Yeah. It's still the gun of
And
choice.
another little tidbit, especially about those, the number attached is the year it was made in. So the 47, that's been around since 1947. 74 was the 74
version,
remake,
which actually
essentially.
was worse.
Yeah. 54. And it is almost 145.
Yeah. Yeah, let's wrap it up. We do got a few more things to talk about on the next episode. So
Yes, we got plenty more coming.
we have Stump Frank.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
We're actually gonna try to do that on 2 episodes this week, just because we missed
you
it
got
last
enough
week.
to-
So, oh yeah, I found a website
Oh,
that
you got a
has
gold
like
mine?
thousands of questions of like
Okay.
every little thing that you can imagine. I mean, I skip a
Cool.
lot of them because some of them are like basic. If he doesn't know this, I'll punch him in the head.
Yeah.
You should throw a few of them in there sometime.
Those would probably
I
trip him up the
kind of do,
most.
but not the really obvious ones. Like,
No, if
I don't
you
want
do
you
that-
to get all of them wrong. I want you to be
If
able
you
to
do that,
explain shit.
do it randomly, but throw it like the hardest question imaginable and follow up with the dumbest one like that.
Yeah, I got some good ones ready for next time. So
Okay.
5
Shit,
questions
yeah.
ready for Frank. It's yeah, I'm ready. So
That'll be fun.
we'll see you guys next episode.
Later.
Have a good one.